The cosmos is filled with wonders, from the birth of stars to the intricate dance of subatomic particles. But here on Earth, we've unlocked a power that rivals the brilliance of the cosmos itself, the laser. And at the heart of this technological marvel often lies a ruby, a gemstone not just prized for its beauty, but for its ability to unleash concentrated beams of light. Imagine a world without lasers. Our barcode scanners would go silent, our fiber optic communication lines would go dark, and our precision medical instruments would fall silent. Lasers have become so integral to our lives that it's hard to imagine a world without them. The ruby laser, one of the earliest lasers ever invented, played a pivotal role in this technological revolution. This remarkable invention proved that humans could harness the power of light itself. But how does a simple gemstone transform into a source of such intense energy? The answer lies in the very atoms that make up a ruby, a realm where quantum mechanics reigns supreme. Let's embark on a journey into the heart of the ruby laser, exploring the science behind its brilliance and the impact it has had on our world. Join me as we unlock the secrets of this gem of a laser and discover the wonders that lie within. To understand the magic of a ruby laser, we must first delve into the very essence of a ruby itself. A ruby, in its purest form, is a crystal of aluminum oxide, a compound we often encounter as the abrasive corundum. But what sets ruby apart from its more ordinary cousin is the presence of a touch of chromium, a seemingly insignificant impurity that holds the key to the ruby's radiant secret. Chromium atoms, sprinkled within the aluminum oxide lattice, act as the heart of the ruby laser. These atoms are like tiny antennas, exquisitely tuned to absorb light of specific wavelengths, particularly in the green and blue regions of the spectrum. When light strikes a ruby, the chromium atoms eagerly capture the energy carried by these specific wavelengths. This captured energy doesn't simply vanish, it sends the chromium atoms into a state of excitement, boosting their electrons to higher energy levels. Like a coiled spring, these energized chromium atoms store the absorbed energy, waiting for the right moment to release it. And it's this release, carefully orchestrated and amplified, that gives birth to the laser beam. Now that we've met the key players, the chromium atoms within the ruby crystal, let's explore the intricate dance of energy absorption and emission that gives rise to the laser beam. Picture this: a ruby rod, polished to perfection, is bombarded with intense flashes of light, much like a camera flash but far more powerful. This intense light, often provided by a xenon flash lamp, acts as the pump source for our ruby laser. As the intense light washes over the ruby, the chromium atoms within the crystal eagerly absorb the energy, their electrons jumping to higher energy levels. This process, known as pumping, prepares the ruby for its light-amplifying feat. But the excited chromium atoms can't hold on to this extra energy forever. They eventually relax back down to their lower energy state, releasing the absorbed energy in the form of photons, the fundamental particles of light. But here's the crucial part. The released photons don't just radiate randomly in all directions. Instead, they're carefully guided to travel in unison, creating a cascade of photons all vibrating in sync, a laser beam. This synchronized emission of photons is the hallmark of laser light, setting it apart from the more chaotic light we encounter in our daily lives. The ruby crystal, acting as a light amplifier, takes the energy from the flash lamp and transforms it into a focused, coherent beam of laser light. Section 4. Creating the extraordinary, the birth of synthetic rubies. In the early days of laser technology, naturally occurring rubies were used to create these beams of intense light. However, natural rubies often contain impurities and imperfections that can hinder their performance in laser applications. To overcome these limitations, scientists turned their attention to creating synthetic rubies, gems born not in the depths of the Earth, but in the controlled environments of laboratories. One of the most widely used methods for growing synthetic rubies is the Verneuil process, a technique that dates back to the early 20th century. In this process, finely powdered aluminum oxide, along with a touch of chromium oxide to impart the ruby's characteristic red hue, is melted in a high-temperature flame. As the molten material slowly cools and solidifies, it forms a single crystal of ruby, free from the impurities and imperfections that plague their natural counterparts. These synthetic rubies, with their carefully controlled composition and crystal structure, prove to be far superior for laser applications, paving the way for the development of more powerful and efficient lasers. Section 5. Beyond the beam. Ruby's diverse technological roles. While ruby lasers were instrumental in the early development of laser technology, their applications extend far beyond just creating beams of intense light. Rubies, with their unique optical and physical properties, have found their way into a diverse range of technological applications, from precision timekeeping to enhancing the capabilities of medical instruments. In the world of timekeeping, rubies played a crucial role in the development of highly accurate mechanical watches. Ruby bearings, prized for their hardness and durability, were used to reduce friction in the delicate mechanisms of watches, ensuring precise timekeeping over long periods. In the realm of medicine, ruby lasers have been employed in various procedures, from treating skin conditions to performing delicate eye surgeries. The ability of ruby lasers to deliver precise bursts of energy makes them invaluable tools for dermatologists and ophthalmologists alike.